Welcome, everybody, one and all. This is the 56th episode of the Unbanned podcast, and this week, I don't have anywhere else to go with this. I always mess this up every single time. We were having fun in the pre-show, though. So,
dude,
you know what?
25. Do you like the Food Network?
With a spicy octopus.
25 minutes of Food Network. And I'm going to start this episode off with some shilling. You ready?
Okay.
Wow,
If
shilling.
you'd like to listen to us talk about Food Network shows for 25 minutes, maybe you should head over to patreon.com/unbannedcast. Maybe check that out. Maybe throw us a couple bucks.
If you want to hear us talk about Food Network and reality shows for 25 minutes.
Which it's worth it.
It was I enjoyed myself. I had fun.
In fact,
Well, did you have fun, though? Yeah.
It's so much fun that we went way over on time, and now I'm trying to rush through this. So, hey, Jordan, how's it going? This is Jordan.
Hey, I'm Jordan, also known as Is It Fox. What's up, everybody? I'm ready to talk about some video games.
And we also have Justin, of course.
Oh, God, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
It's Justin. Okay. Way over there. I realized that when I actually put this together, you will be on my right side, not my left side. So for the audio listeners, I am totally gesturing to the wrong side. And
No, to the audio users, he's just sitting in his chair right now. He's not doing anything. He's actually doing a handstand right now while doing the entire podcast.
For those listening on the audio version, I just turned green.
for those of you listening on the audio version, I'm a giraffe.
And for those listening on the audio version, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. You guys actually listen to us more than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You audio
Yeah, we're the most popular podcast in the world.
Yeah, since never. Anyway,
No,
let's
it's-
move on
I'm
with our
Jake
lives.
the
What the hell are we
Jackal.
doing?
Thanks for introducing me, guys.
Hey, it's Jake
Yeah.
the Jackal.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jordan, how are you?
Hey.
I'm doing great. How about Jake the Jackal?
We forgot about Jake the Jackal. Yeah.
Did we forget about him? Okay.
All right, so I think we'll just jump right into the elephant in the room, so to speak. Usually we start off this podcast with a grand old, "Hey, Jordan, what have you been playing this week?" But
Same thing you
Jordan
have.
and I have only...
Before you get into this, I'm gonna clock out for about 25 minutes.
No, you have to be engaged.
Yeah, whoa. You don't get lunch for at least another
Yeah,
hour,
come on.
young man.
He's literally
I don't know
on
why
his
it's for the
phone
young
for
man
the
in
audio
there.
listeners.
But me and Jake, for the last 6 days, I have played no video games whatsoever except for old school RuneScape, which I normally play a lot of, but this week it's been leagues, and I did a 12-hour stream, and I haven't stopped playing since then, pretty much. It's been a lot of fun. I'm not an addict. I'm a gamer, I swear.
Yeah, except for day job responsibilities and, not just like completely abandoning my romantic relationship completely. I've only done one thing this week as well, and that is play old school RuneScape. And the thing is, if you have any interest in old school RuneScape, you're probably with us because they hit the highest number of concurrent players they ever have.
It's so good. It's so good.
They hit
so much fun.
171,000 concurrent players on the launch of Leagues 2. And that's not like total subscribers. That's number of people playing at once. So I have to assume they've got to hit like 250k subs. Like that's an increase of at least 50%.
It's
right?
like at least 40-30%. Like that's some money right there. It's a big hit. So for those who don't know, let's explain what Leagues is. Leagues is a league. It is RuneScape's version of like seasonal league content. Like, you know how Path of Exile and Diablo had seasons where, they would release the new thing and then they would have like different modifiers, new gear, maybe they rebalance some things, maybe they release a new character. It's that. And I think we've talked about it a little bit on the podcast before, but to break it down even further, it's boosted XP. You can't trade with other players. You can only use what you can get. And you have relics that are passives that you unlock as you complete these tasks. And the passives are busted and just make it's like Earth. It's like old school RuneScape's version of Earth from League of Legends, where they just broke the game and everyone's having so much fun with the broken game that we're just like, yeah, we just never want to stop playing the broken version.
They've done one of these before and it was very successful, but something about this version, it just like calls to people. So the last one, they locked everyone to one of the continents on the map. So like one of the game world areas, everyone is in there with the same type of setup. This one, they start you off in the beginning area of the game. And as you do these little achievement style tasks, like cut 5 logs, cook some fish, catch some fish, stuff like that, you unlock more parts of the map. So you get to choose what parts of the game you want to play. And then you also get a pick between the different relics. So there'll be like 3 relics on a tier, and you only get one of them.
Oh, for anyone who's actually watching the YouTube version, I was trying to wrangle my cat just now. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but he kept meowing into the microphone. I'm like, no, stay over there.
He just wants,
anyway.
He wants to talk about leagues too, man.
He's so excited. Wrangler. He's a huge gamer.
But
Is it Fox confirmed cat wrangler?
I was trained. I was classically trained in the art of cat wrangling.
We should have called you next time Agatha is...
I will wrangle Agatha so good. I will pet her and love her, and she will calm down immediately.
I was going to say, like, oh yeah, I need someone to wrangle Agatha, but Agatha is one of the most well-behaved cats I think I've ever run into.
She's so sweet.
Perfect cat. Anyway, leagues.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we've been playing that, and it's been fun.
I'm if you actually play RuneScape, I'm about to unlock I just unlocked my 5th relic.
I'm on my way to unlocking my last area. I've got 46 tasks left. I know because I'm currently playing right now. I'm AFKing some fishing, getting some karambwa and some tasty octopi.
How dare you?
Look, dude, these things aren't going to fish themselves.
It's hilarious.
In order to
karambwans.
I really also want Justin to play leagues because I think it'd be his jam. Because whenever I talk to him about RuneScape, a lot of the things Justin plays, they sound like RuneScape, but like a little bit shorter term. And that's exactly what Leagues does, is you move at 5 times the experience rate, so you just like jam through grindy stuff like super fast.
Yeah, because RuneScape is a grindy game. So I think that's one reason why a lot of people are playing it, is that a lot of people want to play the game, but they can't handle the grind, which I don't ever mind because it's a game that you can play in the background, and mobile has shown me how effective a game like that is. People love being able to leave something on in the background. Like Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor. I'm kidding. We're not sponsored.
If you like mobile gacha games, by the way, give RuneScape a shot. Because what you can do is you can just do like really simple AFK stuff in the background, and then when you actually have full focus, you jump on and do like a full World of Warcraft raid. Which
we will always preach the good world of RuneScape.
I've wanted that from a mobile game for years, where it's like, oh, Raid Shadow Legends, yeah, fantastic. I have like this RPG base, and like I'm going to do the gacha thing and do the mobile game thing, but then I wanted at some point for there to be actual content and strategy. And none of them have ever really had it.
Hey, Jake, did you know that RuneScape's on mobile?
RuneScape does, and it is also on mobile, yeah. This is us just, chilling for RuneScape for a little bit, by the way. So if you don't like this, I'm sorry.
Dude.
At some point, they'll give us money.
Maybe. So here is a subject that isn't necessarily related to RuneScape, but is related to RuneScape, so that we don't just talk about how much we love leagues. But we really I think I spoke with both of you guys. We really love leagues. But I think I spoke with both of you guys separately about this because I was really excited about it. Asmongold. If you're listening and you don't know who Asmongold is, allow me to remove the rock from over your head. He is one of the biggest Twitch streamers on the platform. Asmongold normally plays WoW, and tons of people like to watch him play WoW. But he, for leagues, jumped into RuneScape, and it was hilarious because he had no fucking clue what he was doing and got lost for 2 hours, and it was great. But he also had them on his podcast that he does with his Twitch streaming team. And by them, I mean the mods, the developers of RuneScape. And I just love watching the mods talk about the game because it puts this warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart where I go, holy shit, developers who care about their MMO and like working on it. Because I played WoW for like 5 years, and you watch the devs on that just slowly get this dead look in their eyes and eventually leave the company. And I'm just like, hey, we're in the good part of this MMO where people care about it. Maybe 10 years from now they'll have sold out even more, and we'll have another like RuneScape 3 on our hands. But right now, they really like making the game, and they're really good at making the game. And like Asmongold said in the interview, he's like, it is really refreshing to be talking to developers who will like say shit and like just be drinking during the interview because they like had beers and stuff because they're just chilling at home because COVID. So why would they give a shit? They're just chilling. And it's like, and you guys like actually care about your game and talk to us like we're people instead of corporate speak. It's great. And I'm just like, yeah, yes. I'm so tired of game devs feeling like they need to be so disconnected from their community. You know, it's like for the mods of RuneScape, they are in the community. I'm like, why are more games not like this? It's only indie games and like very few large games get that treatment.
Yeah, even Blizzard especially has kind of become this in the recent years of just like, you used to be the cool developer. You used to be those guys who would like, I don't know, add the people in your community to the game just because you felt like it and that sort of thing. And
yeah, like the guild elitist jerks.
And now you're confused that people don't want to play Diablo on their cell phone.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like watching an old man like get old and then lose touch with what he used to be for, and it's just sad.
And then you saw him dab yesterday, and you're like, "Oh, you're still so out of touch."
Oh my god, dude! Don't you know? Like, look, dabbing wasn't even. Oh god, come on, Dad.
Come on, dab.
Stop.
But yeah, it's just, I've really been enjoying that as well. I've really liked having so many people with eyes on the game because I think it's a great game, and I really want more communities like what I have with RuneScape. I want every game to have people who care that much about it. Like at least, you know, the good ones that, you know, are worth the effort. Just makes me like, that type of thing is why I like games, you know? It's what I search for. Anyway.
Justin, what have you been playing this week?
I really haven't been playing that much, actually.
He's been playing NHL 20 like every time I see him online.
What are you doing on? Again, that's a background thing. Like I said, I'm working on stuff.
Yeah, he's working on figuring out the exact value of every limbs ragdoll physics.
No, it's just sliders. But yeah, I mean, you're right, but wrong. I did play a game recently. It got interrupted by our Halloween episode, but I bought Dicey Dungeon. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of that game.
No clue. Tell us about it.
It's actually a really fun game. Well, it was fun. I have one big issue with it right now, and I'm stuck on it. But basically, it's like what is it? It's like a fighting game, but it's like a dice game. So you have set amount of dice that you roll every turn, and then you have abilities that you can do stuff with. Like if you put a dice in this slot, then it deals, but you can't put any value above 4 in there. Then it deals however much damage the dice was. Or you can put a dice in this, it ticks it down that many things, and once you hit 0 on its countdown, you deal this amount of damage or do this effect. Then you can just get a ton of different things. Each character in the game has a different ability that you can do. Like you can reroll with one, you steal abilities from your opponents another time. It's super interesting. It came out a while ago, actually, but I've been dying to play it.
Sorry, I missed it. What's this game called?
Dicey Dungeon.
Wait, Darkest Dungeon?
Dicey. D-I-C-E-Y.
Wait, Dungeon Dice Monsters?
Yes.
Wait, dicks are great?
So but yeah, it was really enjoyable. I put like an hour and a half in it. It was like 3 a.m. and I'm like, I need to keep playing this for some reason. Like it was actually really addicting. And then cool. But every character has like 6 episodes or something like that. And you can't lose a single game or else it ends the episode.
Huh.
But then the issue is there's a mechanic called Cursed, where whenever you activate an ability, it has a 50% chance of not working. so it just completely whiffs 50% of the time.
So it's kind of like Slay the Spire, or like games like that, where it's like it's got RNG elements to it, but this one is with the dice stuff.
Yes. So it's an RNG game, but the issue is in the second episode of every character, you are permanently cursed.
See, I would enjoy this game because I love like stuff like roguelikes where there's things that will just fuck you over and kill your character, and I'm just like,
but it pisses me off that you put RNG in your RNG game. You put an extra layer of RNG.
I bet you as you could progress further into the game, I bet you there'll be more RNG.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Well, they'll probably add different things. Like you'll take damage every single turn. Like there's a burn mechanic. You get burnt. Like however many, like whatever value your burn is at, you take that much every turn. Or poison as well. No, like poison, you take that much. Burn, if you use a dice, then you take 2 damage.
Yeah.
If you use a burnt dice, it's a super cool concept. I just was really pissed that I finished the first episode of every character, and then it went, "Hey, here you go. Have fun. Like enjoy not being able to hit any of your attacks."
All of your attacks are useless now. Get wrecked.
It happens so many times. I'd be like you'd have to strategize it. Like, all right, I'm going to use this one here. And I'm going to use this one and hope this one kind of gets canceled, so I can use this one on here. And then just every single move you did that turn got canceled.
It almost reminds me of
I've seen this.
Blood Bowl in the way the dice is ruled, because Blood Bowl, the reason it's like this is because it's a competitive game. It's 1v1. There's supposed to be 2 players. But that game has a lot of RNG. It's very much like, I'm going to attempt to tackle this person, and you roll 2 dice, and both of them are fails, and you have to pick one of them. So which way would you like to fail?
This game is fucking adorable, by the way.
Yeah, I love the art style, too. It's usually not my kind of thing, but I absolutely love the art style of this game.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it reminds me of Hand of Fate, but except with dice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you get completely different, like, you switch out things. Like, there was actually one cool guy where you would have to, where every single turn, or every single game at the end of it, you would have to use one of, like, you'd get an option of 2 of your abilities you have, and then it becomes like a passive ability almost. Like, there's, like, buttons that you press that just, like, do a thing. You don't have to use a dice for it. So it turns one of those into it, but then it disappears forever.
Cool.
And it was a really cool idea. Or this computer that you would have to roll your own dice every turn. Like, you press a button and it rolls a die. But when you get up to, like, the first, like, before you get any extra dice or points or anything like that, you'd go up to 11. If you go over 11, all of your abilities get locked out. But if you hit 11, you get a special ability, and if you're below 11, you can just pass your turn when you're done with everything.
So it encourages you to push your luck a little bit. I like that.
Yeah, it was super, like, I loved it. Like, that was so much fun, but it's like, now I have to push my luck with hoping that I roll under a 5. Also, I have to push my luck to hope that I don't get screwed by this 50-50 chance that is not even close to my choice.
See, I feel like I'd really enjoy this game because I love decisions in games where I go, like, to use Hades as an example, which is a game we talked about on the podcast before, and all of you should know about by now because it blew the fuck up. Hades, every time there's a chaos choice in that game where you sacrifice your health and you have to play with a detriment on you, a curse for a few rooms, and then you get a benefit, I take it every time. Unless I'm at like 20 health and the price is 20 health, then I won't take it because I'll literally die. But if I'm above 50 health, I'll always take it just because I love those push your luck elements where you get a high risk, high reward thing. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, and that's down to playstyle too. It sounds like the type of game that you could choose to push your luck more.
You can adapt,
or less.
Yeah, there's so many different characters. So I think there's like 7 different characters or 6. And they're all really unique and all really fun to play, but I had such a hard time getting anywhere. Like, I'd get kind of close, and then you hit these really high-level characters that you're facing off against who you kind of struggle facing off against when you're not handicapped. Like, the games get kind of close because you don't regenerate your health after a game.
Yeah.
So you have to pick up health if there is any. and you can start a game with 7 health, and all right, well, this thing lets me regain health. Oh, failed. Now I'm just boned.
I feel like I would really love this game because I'd be like, oh no, oh god, it really raises the tension, and I like that. This sounds like a game that would drive Justin nuts.
Yeah.
It sounds like it might be a little bit because
Again,
I've seen you play games with RNG.
I'd probably just play the first episodes over and over again because
Yeah.
that's just straight up fun.
Fair enough,
Yeah,
man.
you can do that if you want to.
Yeah.
And it's like $10 on Steam. It's actually a pretty cheap game.
Yeah, dude. Indie games. We should just never talk about AAA games ever again. We only talk about indie games now. We're the Indie Games Podcast. Does that exist?
I do
guarantee
want
you
to talk about one AAA game, but
Mm-hmm.
Jagex isn't AAA.
they are. They're one of the biggest developers in.
Oh, so we're done with RuneScape?
Hmm?
No more RuneScape!
Wait, what do you mean we're done with RuneScape?
You said we're not talking about AAA anymore, and then Jake just said that that Jagex is AAA. We're done with RuneScape.
We don't try to talk about it that much. It's just we usually start off with what we're playing, and I'm kind of always playing it.
There is a AAA game I want to talk about, which was CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077.
Delayed again. It's delayed Punk 2077. 2177. That's how long it's gonna be delayed for.
On the one hand, I'm happy because I want to see a really polished, complete product come out.
Yeah,
I mean it's platinum already. If the pre-orders made, wait, was it gold? It's gold. It's sold 1 million copies, I think, already.
With just pre-orders.
Yeah, with just pre-orders.
Jeez.
It's a lot of hype.
So obviously they want to make sure it's good on launch, and I'm glad. I don't like Bethesda's strategy where it's like, we'll just shove it out the door and patch it the next week. It's like, that's not how you do this.
Yeah,
the Bethesda strategy that literally every AAA studio does now.
It's
Put it
a
out
AAA strategy now.
Make sure it barely works, shove it out the door, we'll fix it in a month. It'll be fine.
Can you press new game and the opening cutscene starts? All right, get it out the door.
Wait. There's a critical bug where if you interact with this one NPC at the wrong time, it corrupts your entire save and corrupts the operating system on your PS4. Okay, it's good. Good for market.
Well, what are the chances people talk to that NPC?
Never gonna happen.
Just
no.
QA,
we don't need
this
that.
This is
shit.
a complete side note, but I remember I was looking through some guy's like optimization thing for Fallout 4, and holy shit! First of all, I don't know what the hell they were doing, but one of the notes he put on it was like, in this part of the code for this mod, I make it so that it only loads 64 by 64 textures. Unless you're close to them, because for some reason they were loading these giant resolution textures, even if the object was way outside of your view in the fog. And it's like, that is like game development number one. The pop-in is so simple to code correctly. We've been doing it for apparently, I don't really know, but people have been doing pop-in and stuff like that for years, decades, where you have the detailed thing pop in when you get close.
Dude, that reminds me of, first off, I gotta talk a little bit of shit on one of my favorite game companies, From Software, because they released the Prepare to Die edition of Dark Souls on PC, the original version before they did the remaster, way back in the day. And it had a ton of issues, and this one modder fixed them within 72 hours. Like, he had released an unofficial patch that fixed the entire game. Like, one of the things was like, and I also learned some weird things about the way Dark Souls works. Like, the darkness in that game isn't darkness. They made particle effects that block the light sources. That's why Blighttown runs so badly, is because it's not, they didn't just remove the light source, they just blocked it with particle effects. And that's why the Abyss runs so shittily too, is because it's not dark, it's just particles. And I'm just like, why would you ever do that? It's just like, I saw a line of code in like a Half-Life game or something one time that was like, if you remove this, it will cause a critical memory leak that will crash the game whenever you start.
Well,
don't ever remove
let's go and
this.
say it's like an artistic choice,
Just
and they
stuff
don't
like
want
that.
the light source to just be gone. They want it to have like that dark, shadowy feel. A single texture. Get
Something
a
like that.
texture
I don't know,
artist
man.
to just make a blackish texture that's kind of modeled, and then just pop it out when you get close.
I don't know why.
Look,
I don't design games, so I don't know why they do these things. But based on what other insiders in the industry say, some stuff like that just there's no reason why they did it. They just
It
did
just
it.
seemed like a good idea at the time. There's something they were working around, or something they were trying to do.
Something.
I mean, in my day job, like I will run into. I'm a supervisor for call center agents, by the way, in my day job. I'll run into things where someone will be like, "I thought we did that this way," and I'm like, "We do it that way for this reason, and I cannot believe that you haven't been doing that." And because like we did a bunch of management shifts and much of that, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's."
Just when you get into dealing with like corporate like companies, it gets
I can't
weird,
get into
man.
specifics, but basically like there's like a dispatch software, and we found out that the way we were doing this thing made it so there was like 1,000 late trips in our system a day, so our stats were completely fucked.
But I don't know why this reminded me of it completely, but I watched a video today on Halo 2's development, which that game was made in 10 months.
Holy shit, dude.
They worked on the game much longer, but you know what they did wrong? They built the model for, like, they built up the demo for E3, and then after they finished it, after E3 had already gone by, they're like, we can't make a game with this. So they had to scrap everything
and do it again.
and make it in 10
Wait,
months.
which Halo game is this? 5? Oh,
2.
2.
It's Halo 2.
Wow.
They had to get rid of everything. Shout out to Rocket Sloth. Those guys do a ton of really fun Halo stuff if you're into Halo.
I mean, 10 months is like an amount of time.
That's about as long that Cyberpunk's going to come out after its original date.
Dude, I just look at like Fallout New Vegas, which, speaking of bugs, it's like Fallout New Vegas came out and it was also buggy, but apparently like it's one of the least buggy Bethesda games on launch, and they made it in like half the time. And it's just like, oh, okay, so you guys are just shit at this.
To be fair, New Vegas had... They reused a lot of assets. They reused the engine.
Yeah.
Like, it was a version of Fallout 3, but they added that game. Don't play Fallout 3. Just play New Vegas.
Yeah.
Fallout.
And then
Fallout 3 is the only Fallout game I've ever played.
I liked it going into it. I tried to play it recently, and it's not aged very well.
But yeah, I wonder how games get made sometimes. It really feels like you've just got a bunch of people who barely know what they're doing, just mashing at keyboards all day, trying to figure it out as they go. Like they all just like the entire game company just lied on their interview and they don't actually know what they're doing. Like that's how it feels sometimes. I wonder how games even get made sometimes. It's really crazy.
I have hired many people in my life who say, yeah, I'm computer literate. They are not.
Yeah.
Even a little. Just they aren't. But they say they are.
Dude,
the best thing though, since I did bring up my real life job, I did want to mention one more thing. When I was hired as a supervisor, I went from regular employee to a leadership position. We weren't testing our Spanish-speaking agents on the phones to see if they could actually speak Spanish. And I was the one who brought up, maybe we should have someone speak Spanish with them to make sure they can speak Spanish.
So many things now make sense.
And then we didn't do this. No less than 2 weeks later, we hire a nice man from the nearby place, and He says he speaks Spanish, and I pull his calls, and he is transferring every single Spanish call without answering a single word. And they were like, hey, man, you want to speak Spanish with us? He didn't speak Spanish.
He literally just lied.
He just lied. He just lied to get the job, and we fired him.
As he should have been.
I wonder how confused people were when they were talking about, like, Stromboli elephants to them.
Side note, this was...
And they're like, I just want to ride.
This was also years ago with my company. We do tests like this now, but it was an there's been a lot of growth, and I was like, wow, we have come really far, haven't we?
Dude, that is... You know, maybe it's not just video games. Maybe it's just the world. Maybe the entire world is just faking it until you make it.
That's the reason
dude.
I brought it up is like the more I get into like leadership positions and different jobs I'm in, like because I have the experience now, I can actually go and say, hey, I know how to be in a leadership position. The more I look at it, I'm like, none of you have any idea what you're doing. You are all just bullshitting.
Oh no! Oh god! No one knows what they're doing. What do we do?
I don't even want to talk about like, the HR stuff I've heard. Like just what people say to each other. I'm like, you cannot say that. Like you can't fucking say that.
Everyone wants to work for a startup until you realize that that you gotta deal with shit like this.
If you have a choice between like a startup and like an established company, the established company is gonna treat you like a fucking number, but at least they will not have the shit that I get to deal with in my day job.
By the way, Justin, I saw your GIF. I appreciate you. I just didn't want to mention it in the podcast. Stop typing on it. Hitting me with notifications.
I keep hearing Discord going off, and it's because Justin is like sending stuff. So basically, if anyone ever wants to know, there's a little behind the scenes action. I'm always 100% focused on this podcast. I'm always straightforward. Yeah. I'm looking,
except for when he's AFK on RuneScape.
I would say, weren't you the first person to be playing a game on the podcast?
RuneScape during this podcast, I made the joke once, and you guys thought I was being serious because Jordan actually AFKs on the podcast.
You also played Runeterra the entire podcast before.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
That might have been
That was him. That was him again.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Jake.
I've literally never done it. But then Justin sends me messages on Discord, and we used to record on Discord, so I couldn't see the messages without removing the podcast.
But now you can.
Look, guys, this just fits our theme. We just fake it till we make it.
Yeah, we're falling.
We're professionals, damn it.
You're all off the podcast. Also, I will say, though, I did get distracted because I had an email on my other screen. I'm going to minimize it so I don't read it. But Wizards of the Coast is messaging me about the MTG Creator Program.
Wait, they're messaging you? Oh my god, I want to be part of it.
Cute.
Not
back.
They're going to be like, hey, make sure to give 13 shout outs in each hour of your pod or your streams.
I hate it.
Dude, they rejected me, and dude, you know, this group of people, they've rejected me, but I don't want to say their name. But they rejected me from the creator program because I didn't have enough of a following. I wasn't a Twitch affiliate at that point. And now I became a Twitch affiliate because I stopped playing their game.
I have to get distracted really quick. What are the numbers for Magic the Gathering on Twitch right now?
Oh, it still does really well. People love watching it. Like the game's still good. I just don't want to play it.
6,000.
I meme. That's better than a lot of games.
That's bad.
Yeah, because a lot of people are playing fucking Sonic Spinball with 2 people. Of course, it's better than a lot of games.
Sonic Spinball is hype, dude.
With 2 viewers.
Yeah, those 2 viewers are having the time of their lives.
I bet they are. They're both the person streaming probably.
To give you guys an idea of like a successful game on Twitch, there are 3 whole rows of games that have 10,000 plus viewers going.
I mean,
how many of them are card games?
Legends of Runeterra.
None of them, actually.
Runeterra? No Runeterra?
Runeterra is not that high. Yeah. But no, I mean, I know we started talking about Twitch, but I want to know. So we were going to talk about Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh yeah,
right?
we got so far off of that. What's up?
We did. Yeah. I want to ask, what is there to be excited for now? It's been delayed, guys. How do we help the people? What do we give people to be hype about this month?
You want me to help the people? I'll help the people. Stop sending fucking death threats to these people.
Yeah, fuck that.
You know, that's unacceptable Seriously. Bullshit. Yeah, jeez. But Jesus what should people Christ. Be hyped for? That's some unacceptable bullshit, just by the way.
Yeah, sorry, that pissed me off when I saw it.
Oh, dude, it pisses me off every time I see it. Like they changed like the body shape of like one of the characters in My Hero Academia, and the creator got death threats, even though it was the anime that changed it.
Oh,
and I'm just like,
people are pathetic.
It's a drawing. It is a drawing, people.
Doesn't matter. It's their drawing now.
Wait a second. Hold on, I'm looking at releases coming out. Oh!
What's coming out?
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered's coming out in 2 days.
Dude, I remembered freaking Tony Hawk Remastered came out. I should go play that.
Sorry.
There's that.
I have to interrupt the podcast again. Apparently, a bunch of people got banned off of Twitch for having DMCA shit in their videos and stuff. I deleted all my past broadcasts before I started using Twitch Soundtrack. Not banned. Yes.
I mean, I might delete all my past broadcasts.
You might want to do it now. You might be getting banned the next day.
Good point. Well, I mean, I'll delete all the ones that got silenced.
Also, coming out in 2 days from the recording of this podcast, Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay.
Yeah,
I'm pretty hyped.
Let's go, Paw Patrol. Yes! Let's go, Paw Patrol.
Yes!
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol.
Okay, can we end this podcast? We are so done. Oh my god.
I just want to go play more Paw Patrol.
Food Network.
So, is there any like big news? There's like real life news, but I don't want to talk about that crap.
The Series X comes out in a few days.
Oh, does it really? I didn't even know.
It says November 10th.
Yeah, only 6 days away next week. Cool. I need to find money for a PS5, and I probably won't for a few months, so... Oh, well. You gonna get the Series X, Justin?
I was thinking of trading my One X for a Series X, but I don't think I will.
I'm excited because the PS5 can play PS4 games, which means I can still play all my games. I'm glad that they finally started doing that, because
dude,
nice.
That's something that's always bugged me about games is how much games end up being like dead media, like lost media. Right. Because just like dude, there are like whole communities of people who just work to like save one game so that it can be played on modern hardware. Like they'll work on like remastering it essentially. And it's just like, and a lot of time it will take them years. I actually saw a video about it, which Justin, because he loves Resident Evil so much and has played this game a bunch, may be interested in this. Watched a video about the what this guy calls the Resident Evil 4 Restoration Project. It is not a remaster.
I've tried downloading that actually. My my program that I use won't
download it.
Won't extract the files.
Yeah. But I watched this video on it. I mean, I'm probably not going to go play with it because, well, actually, no. If I ever go play Resident Evil 4 again, I'll probably try installing it.
Dude, it looks sick.
But this dude basically looked at the game after the remaster was released and was like, but they just upscaled it.
They're like, everything looks smeared.
Yeah. So what he did was he didn't redo the textures and like resize them so that it works. He started remaking the textures. He tracked down the devlogs and figured out the references they used for the textures and started remaking them and putting them in the game. And like the guy in the video compares it to basically how people will restore paintings. He's like, he's not remaking it. He is pulling back like the years on it and redoing it and like actually making it the way that it was back then, because it was designed to be viewed on a CRT TV. So you can't see the detail anymore. And it's just like, that is fucking cool, dude. Like, that is amazing.
Looking at some of the simple things, like a shoe.
Yeah.
Like they show one of the boots in the game, and it's like this boot looks like somebody tried to make it out of clay, but ran out of time. So they're like, it's a boot shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the fear with just upscaling a game. Basically, it doesn't work the same way as like upscaling a film. Even films, if they were shot in like a weird ratio, they're really hard to get to actually fit modders nowadays.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I love CD Projekt Red so much, is because they also own Good Old Games, and Good Old Games is the only distribution front I know of that tries to do any sort of like actual archiving or preservation. If you buy a game from Good Old Games, it will work on your hardware. And that's
And it's usually because they put a lot of effort into making it work.
They hire out developers, they do their own development work to make sure that it actually will run.
Yeah. Good Old Games is dope. Just still waiting on a remake of
Silent Hill 2.
You know, actually, no. Can someone do a restoration of Silent Hill 2? It deserves it. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, because they probably don't want to get sued by Konami, because Konami probably would try to sue you if you tried to. They'd just be like, no, it's ours to never use, ever.
Yeah,
except for pachinko machines.
Yeah, this guy's put like years into this project at this point, like 3 or so years.
Damn.
Dude, it's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Some people, dude, that type of passion just blows me away. Someone who will work on, like, I think he has a Patreon for it so that he can work on it more, but like realistically, I'm sure he doesn't make that much off of it.
No.
It's like,
or I don't think he has a Patreon. I think you can just donate to him.
Oh, okay. But it's like usually you'll put up like a donate link. It's like, hey, if you want to toss me a couple bucks so this is more worth my time, I'm gonna do it anyway. But you know, it's just like good. Passion projects are amazing, dude. Make me happy. Makes me happy that people do the cool stuff for so long. It's just awesome. All right.
You know what my favorite passion project is?
What's that?
Ending the podcast?
No, Sims sex mods.
Oh.
No, I'm fucking with you.
I'll be back next week
when
my beard doesn't look so shit.
So, just so you are aware,
yeah.
That guy without the beard, that's Is It Fox. That's Is It Fox, like a question. He's Is It Fox everywhere. You should follow him on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Do it now, right now, or I will find you.
It's actually I Sit Fox.
Stop it.
No,
It's I Sit Fox.
No, it's not I Sit Fox. Never. I gave you that idea, and I can take it away. I'll snatch it from your head.
And that guy over there making jokes about our buddy Jordan's name is Dubious Justin everywhere. Dubious.
Dubious Justin.
Dubious.
Dubious Justin. Yep. Dubious _ Justin. Mostly.
Give him a follow right now, or I will steal your cookies.
Good.
Don't test me.
They're not good for you. They're not good for you. Just take the risk of not following me.
I'm getting really close to my.
Let him take the cookies. Eat your veggies, boys and girls.
And my name's Jake. I threaten you so you follow my co-hosts. Jake the Jackal everywhere. If you would also like to follow me, maybe I'll give you some of those cookies I steal, you know?
I was kind of hoping you would just finish right there when you were just like, I threaten the co-host, or I threaten you to follow my co-hosts. And that was the Unbanned Podcast.
That was the Unbanned Podcast. Thanks for... If you like the show, drop us a follow. Follow us on YouTube.
Follow, subscribe,
check out
Patreon.
Patreon.
Smash the rating button.
Smash that upvote like button.
Updo on the down-do with the shoe.
Dislike this video.
Up, down, left, right. BA start the like button.
See, this is where I could cut all this shit out, but I'm leaving it in. It's all for you. All for you guys. We love you.
Wait, are we going to get banned by Konami because I said the Konami code?
No.
Yes. We're getting sued. They actually have already subpoenaed us while we were sitting here.
They would have sued us, but we actually have 99 lawyers now.
But a bitch ain't one.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out. Justin won't be here next week. Don't worry.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have fun out there. Hope you had a good Halloween. I hate my life.
You hate your life. Listen to what I'm saying.
Bye, guys.